Put on your Philly cream cheese glasses because tonight's flavor is gonna pop out at you. Hi, I'm Leanne DeBold from Wildwood, Missouri. I'm so excited about the Real Women of Philadelphia contest. This week's challenge is appetizers. And I have so many to choose from, but this week I went with one of my favorites. It's called Sausage Stars, and let it be the star of your next party. Now, it has just 6 basic ingredients. Of course, our fabulous Philadelphia cream cheese. This week we're using the garden vegetable flavor. It is fabulous. We'll also use some wonton wrappers, some ground sausage, some Kraft buttermilk ranch dressing, some Kraft Colby Monterey Jack shredded cheese, and of course some chopped black olives. So let's go ahead and get started. What we're going to do is we're going to take our wonton wrappers, and what I find best is first I sprayed my muffin pan with some non-stick cooking spray, and then if you get these to room temperature, they're really easy to work with. And what you're going to do is you're just going to place it into your muffin pan, and really you don't have to do anything fancy, just put it in there and smash up the sides just like so. And this will actually turn into a little great cup. So we're going to continue on, and this will actually make about 48. We put all of our wonton wrappers into our muffin pan. I've given a little squirt of a non-sticking cooking spray, and what we're going to do next is pop it into the oven. Now my oven's set at 350. Now, this is important. Watch them like a hawk, because we don't want it to overcook. We just want it to get firmed up so it makes a cute little cup. And then we'll be ready for our next step in a moment. Taking out my wonton cups right out of the oven, and you're going to set these aside onto a cookie sheet just to get them to cool off. Now, the great thing about appetizers is that I think of parties when I think of appetizers. And what I want to do is really enjoy my parties. So I like it when there's a couple steps I can do the day before. And this is one of those steps. Just after you've done this step, put these in an airtight container after they've cooled off, and then that way they'll be ready to go the day of your party. Let's get started on our fabulous sausage star filling. Now I started off with a pound of ground sausage, and I've just browned that up really well. And what you really want to do is take your paper towels when you're all finished and get out any extra grease, because you don't want your sausage cup to get real greasy at the end. So I've already done that step for us. Now, this is awesome. Our garden vegetable cream cheese. It smells so good because they have all those red peppers, dill peppers, and I like to go ahead and get this at room temperature, because then it's just going to mix in a lot better. And when your pork sausage is a little warm, it's going to help melt the cheese also. Now, once we're making up this mixture, this is another one of those great steps that you can do the day before. So then the day of your party, all you have to do is fill your little cups up, and you will just have to pop them in the oven. Now, the other key ingredients to this recipe is I have a half a cup of ranch dressing. Stick that in there. And this just kind of binds all the flavors together and helps it mix up. Do a little bit more stirring. Get all those flavors through and through. I had so many recipes to choose from, because when I throw a party, I think about 90% of my recipes call for cream cheese. So I really couldn't decide which one to go with. So, of course, I just did a little taste test with some neighbors and friends, and I figured the first empty plate wins, and this is the one that by far got cleared out the quickest. So I know you're going to love it at your next party, because it is so savory with all that vegetable mixed in with all that cream cheese. Now, I have about a cup and a half of Colby Monterey Jack cheese, finely shredded. I'm going to mix that in there. And just keep stirring this up. And our last ingredient that we'll be mixing in is I just take a small can of sliced olives, and I actually go ahead and chop them up just a little bit more to make it a little bit finer. You want a little chunk in every single cup. Oh, this looks so good. our mixture is nice and well mixed. And so what we're going to do at this point is take our handy dandy scooper, and we're just going to scoop these in to all of our little cups. And actually, this recipe will make about 48 cups. Now, what I like to do at my party is, obviously this is a hot appetizer, and so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and make up a couple, 3 trays of these, and I won't cook them all at first. About, once an hour, I'll pop another set into the oven, and that way I can, when my tray empties out, I'll have a fresh batch to put out and it'll be nice and warm. And what I really like about this dish is that they are hearty enough for the men at your party, yet tasty enough for the women. Trust me, this is going to be the star at your next party. Okay, so I filled all of my little cups. Now they're ready to go in the oven. Pop them into the 350-degree oven, and when they get nice and bubbly, we'll pull them out. Okay, so my sausage jars just came out of the oven. They've been in for about 15 minutes, and the cheese is nice and bubbly and warm, and oh, these are so incredible. I can't wait for you to try them. Now, this is very, very important. You have to have a very decorative plate, because even though I'm putting these on here right now, in no time, this plate is going to be empty. So be prepared. And you don't want an empty plate sitting on your table, so if it has to be empty, it might as well be decorative. Now, I know that when you bite into this scrumptious sausage jar, you're going to love it as much as me. I kind of call them my 2-bite sausage jars. And the savory flavor of the garden vegetable cream cheese is just really going to pop out in your mouth. So, enjoy!